But our next guest says she is confident about aid for farmers and that America has been living under a tariff regime of other countries. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says President Trump and herself are fighting for America's farmers. And we are pleased right now to welcome in the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, who has a big event to also announce later today. Great to see you, Secretary Rollins. A pleasure.
Well, great to be with you too, Bianca. I am currently at the Arkansas Governor's Mansion doing an event, as you mentioned, with Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. But yes, let's talk trade and tariffs first. I think that there's no question that President Trump's vision of realigning the American economy to put Americans first, to take our farmers and our ranchers and really a lot of our producers, manufacturers, et cetera, out from under the regime, the tariff regime of other countries. And in so doing, we are in a time of uncertainty.
Right.
The markets are adjusting, but we've got 170 countries that are currently in talks with the White House, with our trade negotiators to ensure that, again, our farmers, our producers are being put first, that we are no longer beholden to other countries, but in so doing, ushering in a new era of prosperity. That's the goal. That's the vision. I see it being effectuated in real time and feel very confident in the path ahead.
It's good. Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley has been holding these town halls, also saying he's, a big supporter of President Trump's, a great deal maker, and he's out there sort of allaying any fears. Now, I know this is, farmers, it's where you grew up. It's an industry close to your heart as well. But there was some talk, and he recently teamed up with Senator Maria Cantwell on a bipartisan Trade Review Act, and he's basically saying Congress's role needs to have a bigger voice in trade policy. So I don't know if that'll go anywhere. But the fact that he's out there having town halls, what would you say to Senator Grassley as well, who obviously knows his Iowa constituency?
Well, in fact, I just spent an amazing day or so in Iowa a few weeks ago. These farmers and ranchers are with President Trump. I think he had almost 85% in the last election. Clearly, he has been unequivocal in his support for farmers. They had to live, and the farmers' support for Trump, it goes back and forth. In the first term, obviously, phase one China deal in 2019, there was some short-term economic effect for those farmers. The president stepped up, as did then Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue, ensured that we were making those farmers whole, or at least close to whole. If we need to, we'll pivot that direction again, but hopefully we won't need to. We are expanding markets across the country. That's what this is all about. We're decreasing trade barriers, not just tariff barriers, but a lot of countries like Argentina hasn't taken our beef since 2002. The EU barely will look at any of our products based on some fake science and unsubstantiated claims. These are all part of the current ongoing discussion, and we will keep moving that forward. No one better than Senator Chuck Grassley, a farmer himself. I have called him a few times on his cell phone, and he's on his tractor, even at that young age of 90 years old.
Exactly.
We'll continue working with everyone on the Hill and across the country.
Well, great points as you talk about sort of opening up a lot of markets that had not been, taking a look at some of our products. So tell us about what you're doing. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, this is about banning soda and candy, but also reintroducing healthy things like rotisserie chicken to school kids. This is part, of course, of MAHA as well. People may not know that 40% of school-aged children have at least one chronic health disease. Secretary Rollins, that's unacceptable, I know, for so many people who want better choices for their kids, especially at school.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And as I mentioned, I am in Governor Sanders' beautiful home right now. We're thinking of moving in. It's really, really spectacular, the governor's mansion here in Arkansas. But we did. We just finished an event in her backyard, had an incredible crowd, a lot of people who were very interested. She will be Governor Kim Reynolds did an amazing summer SNAP waiver a couple of weeks ago out of Iowa, the governor of Iowa. But Sarah will be the first one out of the gate really to submit a waiver to basically this time in this administration to remove sugary drinks, junk food, et cetera, from the SNAP, the food stamp program. And this is important. And it isn't like we're saying, don't drink a Coke or don't go eat a bag of Skittles. What we are saying is that taxpayers do not funding this food under the nutrition program out of USDA.
It's a great move.